Yo-ho! We are now at this rock. We're now at the Rozdesht peak, that's how it's called. Rozdesht. And we're not even at 2,000 fucking meters. And I just want to sit down and drink water and eat something and just chill, because I had to climb this. And I'm just so fucking sweaty. And I usually don't really sweat, but now I'm sweating. I'm sweating and I just want to sit on this dinosaur rock and have a rest. Maybe I will keep on talking about stuff, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. But we also have to treat this hike like a real hike, not like a fucking talk show, TED Talk. I also have like blueberries here. And it's just me and my shadow, which is amazing. We also need to put some sunscreen on. And yeah, that's the thingy. Let's chill. Also, my shadow is hungry. I want some blueberries. Next time I'm gonna come with a comb. Definitely. Also, by the way, the things I say, guys, sometimes they might seem a bit crazy. But I assure you I'm pretty normal, actually. But the way I put things symbolistically might be a bit dark. Like I said, I am very interested in this shadow work. So, cheers to that. It's always better to eat the raw fruit instead of distilling it into alcohol. Much tastier, has vitamins, and you don't burn holes into your brain. Yeah. Also, I don't want to be cocky and arrogant to people who like drinking, because many people do and many people are disciplined. But when I hang out with old friends I used to drink with, I realized that they were so much more chill and more disciplined in terms of drinking than I was. I was always the crazy one. I was always the one suggesting that we get drunk. I was actually the guy your parents warned you against. And I'm not proud of it. But this is why I believe I also have a mission to talk about these things. Because besides doing crazy shit during my 20s, I always believed that getting educated is the key to liberation from any kind of, let's say, disorder that you might have, or inner turmoil. Oops, there is a rat there. Always be careful where you are eating your stuff from. It's not a rat, it's a mouse, but it's disgusting. So let's go. Okay, so let's keep on exploring these mountains, because we don't have to make it out to be. We don't have to make a deep conversation every time we go somewhere. Let's just go for the road, and yeah, keep on moving. It's midday. It's 12:30 or something. I actually sat under that rock and put quite a lot of sunscreen on, and now I've taken my shirt off, letting it dry a little bit. Also, another thing I'm a bit afraid of here is vipers, because there are vipers in these mountains. So I'm gonna always look down and look where I step, because Assassin's Creed Odyssey reference. It's good to be aware of the snakes in the grass. And we did hit the road. Also, I really enjoy doing this hike alone. I don't like hanging out with people as much as I like hanging out alone, but I've never really had the balls to just go and conquer a mountain all by myself. But now I feel, I don't know, I just feel very confident. I know I have my weapon with me and I'm untouchable in that sense. We're just gonna go. Everything is planned out. We're going to reach the peak in 2.5 hours at most, I think. And at 8 o'clock we're going to be at the car. So it's gonna be super chill. Also, next time I'm gonna go to the mountains, I'm gonna pick better footwear, because these shoes, they have such a flat sole that I really have to be careful not to step in sharper rocks, because that's very annoying. So many cars driving around this area at this height. I'd much rather have a horse here. And by the way, I also want to tell you guys how I first went horseback riding in Kyrgyzstan, and it was a pretty intense trip, to be honest. It was a 4 hours ride with a horse next to a building that really looks like the step redoubt from the H3 landmark, which was pretty cool. And now it got me thinking, the tents that we saw earlier at the beginning of our hike, they really look like a kurultai. Also, the benefit of not being a gym rat is that if you need to cream yourself with sunscreen, it's gonna be okay, because you can even reach your back and you don't have to rely on another dude to cream your back in. As we keep on hiking, we go through different stages of feeling and through different emotions. Sometimes after 2-3 hours you get to the point where you realize that you're so far away from your home, that you're so far away from civilization, that it captures you into a sense of anxiety, into a sense of fear, into a sense of limitation, that if you really have to run back home, in brackets I'm gonna say run back home to mommy, you won't be able to do that, because you'll be out of breath once you reach that other hill there. So the only thing to do is to press forward and to show no fear. Also, guys, let me tell you what to do in case you come across a bear. First of all, you need to have your bear spray ready. And I was actually fiddling around with a spray can because there was like a metal pin, and I took it out. So in any case, I'm gonna be ready. Second of all, if you keep on throat singing, you're gonna be fine, because bears, they are afraid of noises. And yeah, you just have to make some sounds, just just keep on throat singing, and it's gonna be fine. Also, when you meet and encounter a bear, keep on being very, very loud. Never run away from a bear. That's like the most stupid thing you could do. And if you would have said that it's best to run away from a bear, that's really bad. You really have to level up before we can become friends. So yeah, don't do that. Yeah, try to throw rocks towards it. Try to intimidate it. Try to make yourself look big. Try to make yourself look loud, as if you are the predator, not him. Get into your Mongol personality, into your Hunnic personality, and then you're gonna be fine. Keep on throat singing, keep on making loud noises, have your spray can ready, and everything will be fine. Of course, to my friends in the US, I think this is very different for grizzly bears, because then what you can do is actually just to say a prayer and hope that everything is gonna be fine. So with grizzlies, that's a whole different story. With brown bears or Carpathian black bears, you're gonna be fine, except if you are a retard and you go towards a mama bear and try to take away its cubs, which people actually do here. They try to steal the cubs from mama bears and they get killed by bears. Honestly, guys, I really believe that 70% of the world population is borderline stupid, if not like monkey stupid, because of the things they do. So, yeah, they don't really understand survival. Let's look at the Fogarash Mountains. Beautiful. And as I have anticipated, between 2 and 2.5 hours to Cindrel. Paltinish is where we came from. It's 3 to 4 hours. Whatever, these are just numbers. Like I said, we're gonna be back in time, which is perfect. I really want to apologize to people whom I have insulted. It is indeed my arrogance, and it's part of this narcissistic element that I end up, telling people what to do and how to be. And I can just excuse this behavior by but by looking into Nietzsche, Friedrich Nietzsche, who always said, you have a moral duty to kind of get better and better and overcome yourself as a human being, to level up all the time, to become a Übermensch, and not in that bad kind of sense, a white Aryan guy, but in a more enlightened type of person where you don't fall into pity traps of being too comfortable, of being too scared, of letting fear engulf you and finding excuses why you won't be able to defeat the things you fear. I don't think that wallowing in comfort and fear is the way, and I really want people to understand this. I've always said this to friends. Try to become a better version of yourself all the time. People usually hated me for it, and I got lots of criticism, and because I was because I had a very fragile sense of self, I really ended up thinking constantly that there was something wrong with me, that I'm the mad guy, that I cause problems, and that my ideas are not very good and productive, that it hurts people, that it does more harm than good. And I kind of stopped doing that, and now I just started to rediscover myself, and I realized that sometimes I fall back into the old pit traps of arrogance, but I kind of understand it, or I kind of notice myself, or I catch myself, and I realize that the best thing I can do is to apologize for the people that I insult. For example, maybe bodybuilders or people who go to the gym, because there is absolutely nothing wrong to going to the gym if you don't have mountains. If you live in a big city, the gym is actually the way to go, right? Because there's absolutely nothing bad in being healthy. Yeah, I was thinking if I was still on the right track. So let me just read this. Cindrel. From 2 to 2.5 hours to 2 hours. So and the last time we've read the sign was 10 minutes ago or something. So I think we're gonna be much faster than the signs usually say. Okay, gonna take a break from talking and recording, but I still want to cover some things such as Romania, Andrew Tate, because that's also really an interesting thing. I also want to cover the paternal stuff, like the father figure stuff, because that's also very interesting. And I believe this video is gonna be a 2-hour long video that covers step philosophy in 2 parts, because it's going to be disadventure, survival, but also the paternal element, the father element. And these two maybe go hand in hand, at least for me. So yeah. Hey man, can you just take me to the mountain peak, please? Merci. Bye bye. Yo, this looks really beautiful, I have to say. And I'm very tempted to dip my feet in this lake, which is something I'm going to do. And yeah, it's very funny. I actually met a group of 4 people and we started talking for the last hour, and that's why I haven't recorded. And I'm actually super glad that I met them, because I was just recording the videos and maybe I was kind of too focused on it. But yeah, we actually discussed a little bit, and 2 of them, they told me they are going to make a trip to Kyrgyzstan, which is very interesting. It's a very, very big coincidence. And yeah, this is like a deep Jungian shit again, because I was also thinking about Kyrgyzstan. And they are actually going to the places which I have seen, so we kind of exchanged some information for half an hour. They asked me about Bishkek a little bit, and I don't know how much I told you guys, but I lived like 6 months in Bishkek. But I also seen some places, some lakes in Kyrgyzstan, and I was hiking around. And also Kyrgyzstan was like one of the places where I first did the horseback riding. I think I told you previously. And it's such a coincidence that I met them. And yeah, we talked about Kyrgyzstan. Another interesting thing is they're also from Transylvania, but a bit further north from Transylvania. And yeah, I also told them that I really like Transylvania because it's so diverse in many aspects. Nonetheless, I'm gonna go to that lake. I'm going to continue hiking with them for a little bit. And I realized that I opened many topics during my trail, and I'm not sure if I have the energy to actually continue discussing each of them. I think I kind of gave a lot of my communicational energy away during this trip. I'm still going to conquer that peak, and I might go back alone, or I might go back with with the hikers. I'm not very sure, but yeah, when I got pretty close to the peak, and I had this feeling that, phew, how tall these mountains are. I don't know, I had this feeling of getting overwhelmed by it, and at the same time I also realized that I live very close to these mountains, and I haven't climbed this peak yet, which is actually the closest peak to my hometown, to my home. So we have quite a lot of work to do to get out of the shadows. And I have to say that I just got a small reality check, because these guys, they work in IT, as they said it, but they are hiking a lot. Like, they're traveling to many places, and they know these mountains much better than I do. And what I just told you about the mountains, phew, I realized that I haven't seen 5% of it. Not even that. And it's not envy that I feel, it's more of a reality check, because I realize how much I have wasted my 20s by drinking and chasing stupid stuff, and I feel like I have to catch up a little bit. Let's also go. I also feel a bit weird for recording this video, but I told them, hey, I'm also like recording a video for my channel. I'm going to give them my channel if they're interested. And I also told them about the shadow work and the philosophy that I dig into, that it's actually part of what I'm doing. And yeah, as you guys know, I'm focused on these rocks, but I'm also focused on integrating my shadow here. And we have to do it intelligently, right? And dipping my feet in those waters is going to be part of the initiation process. We're gonna do that. Also, I was talking to them about, you know, how Romania is so diverse, and they also validated the idea that if you cross the Carpathian Mountains and go south to Wallachia, southern Romania, it's such a different place compared to Transylvania, that it feels like you are living in a different world. Also, I don't know where the track goes, but I'm just gonna. I haven't been paying attention, and this is why phone and hiking, it's not really the best combination, is it? That's why I think in the future I'm going to be a bit more conservative with how much I speak during these trips. It's also, how to say, yeah, it's also, you know, it begs the question, okay, do I have a grander mission here, or am I just chasing likes, as probably some close friends would ask, hey man, what the fuck are you up to? Are you just chasing likes? Are you just chasing validation? Or is it something deeper? To which I would promptly say that it's more than likes. I don't know, I think of likes as in, it gives me, you know, the confirmation that you are still here, that you are following me through this insane change of what this channel is about, which is very reassuring. So I know that you're not disliking the videos, which is actually a good sign for me, to be honest. But I'm not chasing likes. I'm trying to stick to my mission, and yeah, that's the idea. I'm gonna stick to my mission here. So yeah, there are still lots of things to discuss. Romania, southern Romania, Transylvania, Andrew Tate, father, voices integration, and we're only halfway through this mountain, because we still have to conquer the peak and also go back. So I need to be a bit more realistic with myself here, but we'll see what this day holds, and I'm going to try to present this trip as authentically as possible. So let's keep on going through the bushes and see you around. I feel like I landed in paradise. And I really feel like I landed in paradise. Because there are some flowers here, particularly that one. I think I have to take a picture of it. And that looks really interesting. Super blue, super beautiful. And I really like the fauna. I'm digging the fauna here. And of course, paradise is also very relative because it's also very weather dependent. And in an instant, at this altitude, paradise can turn into fucking hell in an instant. You see the clouds rolling in. And not only that, this is also relevant to the idea of shadow work. Guys, I don't know what I'm going to do with this channel because I'm trying to capture so much into something so little. Actually, before I roast my father, I wanna thank him because he worked so hard, and what he did is he bought me a house with a garden, which I am very 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 thankful for. And before I actually go into the bad things, I want to say and talk about the good things he has done. He has worked a lot. Yeah, he was like so obsessed with making money, but nonetheless, he gave me the possibility to grow up in the garden. And that's why I'm like in tune with these animals. I'm not afraid that they bite me. I mean, of course, I wouldn't, for example, I wouldn't touch a viper. I'm not stupid. I've read in the news in Romania there are people who go out in the mountains and what they actually fucking do is they take selfies with vipers. I mean, how fucking stupid can you be? And this is what I told you about, you know? People are fucking stupid. They are stupid. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry to say it, yeah. You can say I'm a cocky, arrogant asshole, but this is the reality, right? And it's not just to place ourselves over others. That's not why I'm saying this. I'm saying this so that you guys, when you look for validation in others, when you look for, I don't know, just approval or, you know, being part of a tribe, just be careful what kind of tribe you're trying to be part of, right? You know, some people, of course, they have fears, they have this and that, but many people, you know, they're like under, you know, if they're below the borderline of inadequate, of stupid, of crazy, don't go there. Maybe go your own way, right? Go your own way. Be a lone wolf like I am. You know? I think it's going to be much better than anything else. Also, yeah, Mango Daikarash salutes you from the mountains. We're at 2,100 meters. I'm still going to chill a little bit more and then I'm gonna go for the summit. And from there, it's gonna be a long way back of 5 hours. Yeah, it's awesome. The sun is shining on me. The sun is smiling upon me. And the mountains are also smiling. The lake is also smiling. Yeah, I'm going with their waves. Beautiful. Anyway, take care. See you around. Mountains can be dangerous. But survival is really good. Playing survival games is really good, actually. Yep, that's my philosophy. Stupid shoes. These shoes are so stupid. Bună ziua! Câteodată nu găsesc traseul. Yeah. Oh, sometimes I don't know what to say to these people, but I don't think there's anything to say. other than just hello, right? I don't know, help me guys. Don't forget, I am trying to uncrazy myself. So you cannot read the label of a bottle if you are inside the bottle. So that's why, tell me what you see. Tell me, who am I? Tell me now. Oh, fucking shit. Just a little bit more. This was actually a pretty fucking crazy climb, honestly. God damn it. There, the Fagarash Mountains. It's as if we're higher than the Fagarash Mountains, but we're only at 2,300 meters altitude. Look at this, the Mongolian steppe. This is what it is. This is why the Mongols came all the way to this place and stopped here. They wanted to conquer Transylvania so badly, but the Hungarians were brave and strong, and they have adapted. And I have mad respect for Hungarians, and any other Romanian who says otherwise is not aware of the history, doesn't know his shadow. He doesn't understand history, only the things that he wants to understand. And there is the dangerous narcissism. There is the arrogance that can start wars which are unnecessary. Let's push for the summit. Only 80 more meters to climb, and then we will reach the 2,320 or something to the peak. That if you want to get out of your cave, if you want to level up, and if you want to advance from a simple pastor or a simple shepherd to a mangudai, then you need to start by conquering the peak, the closest peak to your home. But of course, let's not ignore Jordan Peterson's idea that first you must clean up your room, and then second, conquer the highest peak. But okay, if you live somewhere in Bishkek, don't. If you live somewhere in Chile, don't. If you live in the Alps, don't. So this philosophy only works for certain areas. And also I think if you live in Portland, also don't. Because that's where the horror mountaineering stories start. But I have understood something more important now, that if I want to adapt my routine to nature, there it is, there's the peak, not so far anymore. I'm going to speak my idea till we get there. Let me just catch my breath, because I'm pretty weak, guys. I'm physically not really capable of conquering a 2,300 meter peak starting from 1,000 so easily. 1,300 climb. Whew. Yeah. This is the perfect challenge for me. I love these mountains. There are the Fagarash mountains again. But if you want to become a knight, if you want to become strong, then you need to start with your environment and learn it. And now for myself, after having no fixed routine, when to sleep, I usually went to bed at 1, then at 3, then at 12, then at 4. So fucking random. But today I woke up at 6, which was way too early. I slept maybe 6 hours in total, which is also really bad. It's because my internal biological clock is not really is not really calibrated. But now I realize that the way I need to calibrate it is according to this hike of 30 kilometers that take me around 8 to 10 hours. Let's say 10 if I want to go to that lake. Let's say 8 if I just go for the peak and back. That means that if I get to the car at 8 o'clock, I was a bit too late. And yeah, I woke up at 6. I don't know, I'm trying to do some maths. But I guess, you know, a normal wake up time is around 8. Then I would be here at 10. I would be hiking from 10 to 14. Then trip to the lake 15. The peak 16. And then 16 to the car. That would be 8 o'clock in the evening in August, which is the month where my birthday is. And also those are the Western Carpathians. Pretty beautiful. Yeah, lots of friggin' insects. Yeah, so I'm going to adapt my routine to the idea of climbing this mountain. And I think that's a natural way to do it. Also, you know, I'm a mango guy, right? And I wanted to take one item with me today, but I have not. And I'm gonna let you guess what it is. I don't know if I said it, and I'm pretty sure you're not listening to the entire fucking thing, and if you just clicked here for the video, then okay, good for you. But I wanted to take one extra thing with me today. What is it? Maybe two, maybe, yeah, 2 items. Yeah, exactly, that's the bow and one arrow, a whistling arrow. And actually, the way I was thinking about this, you know, I actually wanted to shoot a whistling arrow from this mountain peak. But I didn't know how to do it, and also it's sometimes very, very tedious to carry it. Also, check out my butt. I have changed the position of my kukri because having it on the left side looks very suspicious, and I don't want to be like that kind of guy who has a weapon so obvious. I'm a backstabber. I have the weapon in the back, but yeah, it doesn't look so stupid like that. And also I overtake people, so I overtake them and then they look at my ass, and then it's like, hey, yeah, guys, you know, I have a weapon, but we also have normalized weapons such as the bear spray. So I think there's nothing wrong with carrying a weapon as long as you're like, I don't know, normal and mentally stable. That's okay. I know Germany and Western Europe is a little bit different, huh? There's lots of stabbing going on, right, my friends? What can I say? This is also something we need to discuss about, huh? Because what's happening in Europe is not normal. Or is it, huh? Is it just the way things have to go? Or should we try to do something about it? Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Sometimes I feel exhausted, sometimes I don't. Now I feel confident. Earlier I felt like I was a huge pansy. But I'm going through all these stages, and whoa, this is part of the trip, and it's so fucking amazing. I love it so much that yeah, I love it. I really love it. And yeah, if I had like a partner, I would have done something really crazy. I would have said, I'm going to shoot the arrow from somewhere there. Let me just go to a normal zoom. From somewhere there. Fuck, guys, I think you're going to hate me for not having filmed this landscape. Oh my god, I think you hate me already. Oh my god, this is so much editing I think that I have to do. Oh my god, guys, this is where I have problems with understanding the perspective of others, because I really don't I really don't care too much about how I come across, and then I film like portrait for something which is 100% landscape. It's so stupid. But yeah, whatever, what can I say? You know, I have a message, yeah. That's why you have to listen, not watch. Also another ladybug, and there are so many ladybugs, and that's so awesome. I love that. Yeah, okay, so this is the thing. Conquer your mountain peak. Do it. Let's take this in, guys. Let's take this in. I've been enjoying the view from this peak for the past 20 minutes, and I've been listening to some Total War Attila music. So fucking amazing. So fucking amazing. And I'm looking into the distance. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. And I'm just trying to understand where I am. You know that Assassin's Creed moment where you just climb up high on a building and then you scout out the environment? Yeah, exactly, that's how I feel. And it's very nice. At the same time, I think this is going to be the last video for today, like completely. So I just want to show you the peak while I'm at it. So this is like the last video. It's very empty here. It's very still. I love it so much. It's just me and my shadow and the group of people that I met earlier and another group of people that you have also seen. That's all. Also, I haven't recorded people or my conversations with people except, you know, the blueberry pickers because they just are. But other than that, you know, I kind of respect the privacy of people, so yeah. Besides, it's a very nice place. It's very religious, maybe spiritually charged, if I could put it this way. And it kind of makes me think of other series that I want to make with the step philosophy, which is Orthodox Christianity, Constantinople, the Byzantine Empire. Just let me know if you guys resonate with that, because I totally do. And besides Mongols, the Byzantines have also been very, very important for Transylvania and for Balkan in general. Yeah, and this is the peak, Cindrel peak. There is the peak stone, if I can call it that. Really beautiful. Yeah, let's see what this thingy is here. Ah, okay, so probably someone had made a fire here, but there's nothing beside this. It's just like a table stuff. There's something written on it. Park și rezervație park. 50 de metri, 50 meters, don't start fires, don't do this, okay, no problem, I won't start this fire. I don't need to, because I don't have chicken, I don't have food, I don't have meat that I want to cook. Yeah, beautiful, guys. I'm super happy that I did this, and I'm also super happy that I recorded the process. And I did record this because usually, you know, when you go with other people, you just talk to other people. And honestly, I told you, I've been living under a rock, and I still like to be a loner. I like to be a lone wolf, but I also feel like I have a message, and I also feel like I want to show you stuff and how it is related to history. And maybe now, after watching my videos, Vârful Cindrel 2044, Sibiu, Cisnădie, Asociația Salvamont, Biotechnic. Okay, nice. Conquered. Veni vidi vici. So now maybe you understand me a little bit better, how I think and how my thinking is magic. My thinking is magic. Yeah, and it's magically related to history. Okay, not magically, but yeah, I see the history in these places, and I also want to show it to you. The Age of Empires 4 community, the Mangodai Karışkır community, but also to friends. And I also want to put my personality together. I don't like. I feel like these crosses, you know, across there, across there, across there, and across there. and I need to find my way around it, you know. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I need to put these crosses together so when, you know, the light of the moon shines on them, they kind of point to a single place. Or maybe this is how it's supposed to be. Maybe a scattered personality isn't so bad after all. But then again, it needs to communicate with each other. That's very important. Yeah, that's very important. So, yeah, sunscreen, backpack, the wilderness. We have conquered this one. It's gonna take such a long time to edit this. Guys, thank you for tuning in and thank you for joining me on this adventure to the Cindrel peak. And it was super fucking awesome to do this all by myself. And I think it's gonna be a super fucking awesome video, and I also hope you are also going to enjoy it and like it. And I also hope that I can inspire you with this. To conquer your own mountain peaks, whether they are physical or metaphorical. And yeah, whew, awesome. By the way, my throat singing got so bad, I need to practice it again. We have so much stuff to do, and we're going to conquer mountains until the Age of Empires 4 DLC comes out, because there is like nothing else to do. Also, yeah, another thing that I was thinking about, let's just take this. We're going home because we still are 5 hours away from our car, so we're gonna move. Yeah, like I said, I have 20% battery left. I didn't take a power bank with me, and I'm going to keep the rest of the battery. That's why I'm not going to film anymore. Also, yeah, I'm not going to play too much Age of Empires anymore. I'm not gonna push for Conqueror 1, Conqueror 2, whatever. I just don't care. But what I'm about to do is, yeah, we're gonna wait until the DLC comes out, and let's see, maybe there's like some Khan civilization or something. Who knows? And also, if I were to play Age of Empires 4 right now and try to aim for the same old ambitions, that would be so stupid. Because sometimes I really played that game and, you know, there was like a voice within my ear that was telling me you're just circling in Parthian tactics. You're just circling around with those little pixel horses and you're not going anywhere. You're just running in circles and running in circles. I don't know if you Mongol guys, I'm pretty fucking sure you know what I'm talking about, because I've seen you guys play and I know you sometimes also run in circles and it's like you don't know what to do, and I didn't know what to do. And that's when I felt this calling for 100 times, for like hundreds of times. I don't know, just tell me if I'm not right, that you also hear some sort of calling sometimes for something more meaningful than chasing around horses on a battlefield, on a virtual battlefield. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong. It's fucking awesome. And I can't actually fucking wait to get home. And it's like the first time I'm saying it. I can't wait to get home to play Age of Empires 4, because this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play Age of Empires 4. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, timeline for you guys is the timeline is very distorted, because I'm posting this randomly because you don't even know what day today is. So I can only tell you it's a Saturday, and I can also tell you I have holidays, so it's all the same. But if this message gets you like 5 days later, it's also irrelevant. As you can see, I'm also trying to understand how what I want to say to my viewers. So yeah, yeah, I can't wait to get home and play Age of Empires, and there's absolutely nothing else to say right now, just to enjoy the road back. And we're gonna see in the next video what we're going to talk about. So other than that, see you around. Bye bye. Enjoy conquering your mountains. Good luck and ride safely, you Mongolars. Bye bye. I'm gonna shoot the arrow exactly from here. Yeah, and it would be such a good target practice. And yeah, this is probably for you Mangudai out there. to say how crazy this is on a scale from 1 to 10, but I would like to shoot a whistling arrow from here to there, and I would actually like to have someone stand down there to actually not catch it. That would be a very bad word, but to actually film this action from the other side of the spectrum. I think the sound of it would be so freaking interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. But I would not shoot a normal arrow with a normal tip because that would be very dangerous. But the whistling arrow is never dangerous because it has a blunt tip. So even if you hit someone, it might just cause a bruise and that's it. But I think the sound would be so interesting, especially because that's like a canyon there. Yeah, and this kind of makes me think that I really want to come again here. And that's why I'm calculating some stuff in my head. Yep. And also about calculating stuff in my head, I just realized, I've been walking like 15 kilometers, yeah. 15 kilometers, and then we have 15 more kilometers. By the way, don't be worried, guys. If you see this video and don't know where I'm going, or like, I don't know how to say this, but yeah, if you got to the end of this video and you are worried that I might not make it home, I will make it home because otherwise I wouldn't have posted this video. Duh. But if you see it on the news, and probably you are not going to see it on the news, some random people from Romania are going to see it from the news and they're gonna wonder who this video was for. Like, who the fuck did this guy film this video for? Makes no friggin' sense. Yeah, I'm also like clearing up the bias of transparency here in case you didn't notice. But just give me a horse. Yeah, in Kyrgyzstan it was so awesome because you could just go down the mountain with a horse. But here, you need you don't even need a permit, you just need money. Anyway, we still have step philosophy to go, and there's still some stuff to talk about, guys, and I'm very serious. I still have stuff that I want to talk about, and yeah, please bear with me, or actually bear with me because I have some important messages to tell you. Anyway, let me just climb this mountain, okay? Bye. Oh, by the way, also just another short disclaimer, and from now on I'm never going to say goodbye again because it doesn't make sense, because then I remember I wanted to say something, and I'm also not going to say hey until the next one, because there will be a next one and I'm going to have a next video. But yeah, just look at the trail. By the way, I have like 10% battery left, but I have memorized the map, so there's nearly absolutely no way I'm gonna get lost. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to get lost. I'm not gonna get bitten by vipers. I'm just gonna follow the trail and eat some blueberries while we're at it. But also look at the mountain trails, those mountain tops, they're also called sha in Romanian, sha, which means saddle, which is also very interesting, an interesting coincidence. And there were some guys with ATV before, like so super dressed up and so super cocky. Somehow, I don't like these people who just come with motorbikes and motor stuffs on top of the mountains. It should not be allowed, in my opinion.